Today, we are digging into something absolutely critical but almost completely invisible in any building. Its foundation. It's the ultimate unsung hero that everything else, literally everything, depends on. Getting this part right is without a doubt the first and most important step to building something that's actually going to last.
But hang on. Before we jump into the how, let's talk about the why. I've got a question for you. When you think about all the crazy, complex, and expensive parts of a new building, what do you think is the single most expensive mistake you could possibly make?
Yep, it's the one you bury. A bad foundation compromises the entire structure, and the cost to fix it, well, if you can even fix it at all, it's just astronomical. That's why we're going through this, because understanding the process is just so important.
Okay, let's get into it. The whole process doesn't start with concrete or steel. Nope, it starts with information. The key here is super simple. It's all about asking the right questions before a single shovel even thinks about hitting the dirt. You really have to think of it like a detective story, where we're out there gathering crucial clues from the site itself.
So our investigation really breaks down into three main steps. First up, we've got to understand what we're building on, and that means testing the soil. Second, we need to know exactly what we're putting on top of it, which means calculating the building's load. And third, we take a good look at the surrounding environment, the site itself.
So first things first, the soil. You wouldn't build a massive sandcastle right at the water's edge and expect it to survive the tide, right? It's the same exact principle. We need to know if we're dealing with solid rock, shifting sand, or maybe that tricky expansive clay. But the most crucial piece of data we get from this is the bearing capacity. That's just the fancy engineering term for how much weight can this ground actually support before it just gives up. This one number pretty much dictates everything that comes next.
Okay, next up is the load. The foundation has to handle two completely different kinds of weight. You've got the dead load, which is the constant, never-changing weight of the building itself. The concrete, the steel beams, the roof. Then you have the live load. That's all the temporary stuff. People walking around, all the furniture, maybe a heavy blanket of snow on the roof in the winter. The foundation has to be designed to handle the absolute maximum of both of these, combined.
And finally, we just look around. Is the land flat or is it on a hill? Because a slope can create all sorts of uneven pressure on the foundation. Is it in a floodplain? Water is basically a foundation's worst enemy. We also have to think about the neighbors. Are there other buildings nearby we need to be careful of? And then there's the practical stuff, like can we even get the big cranes and concrete trucks onto the site? All these little clues complete our investigation.
All right, our detective work is officially done. We've got our soil report, our load calculations, and our site assessment all in hand. Now it's time for phase 2, making the big decision. The best way to think about this phase is like a matching game. We're going to connect the problem we've just uncovered with the perfect engineering solution. This is where we match the right foundation to the ground it's going on. And the very first decision is a pretty simple one. Do we go shallow or do we go deep? Now, if our soil test showed strong, stable ground right near the surface, great, we can use a shallow foundation. It's way simpler and a lot more cost-effective. But if that good, strong soil is buried way down deep, under layers of weak, unstable stuff, well, then we have no choice. We've got to go deep to find that solid footing.
And this brings us to the main event, really. Once we know if we're going shallow or deep, we can start to look at the specific types of foundations that are out there. So, which one is the perfect fit?
And this chart illustrates our main options perfectly. For, let's say, a standard house with load-bearing walls, a strip foundation is your go-to. It's just like a continuous ribbon of concrete that runs right under those walls. Now, if the building is supported by individual columns, think of a deck or a big steel frame building, you'd use pad foundations, one under each point. Okay, but what if the soil is just weak all over? That's when you bring in a raft foundation. It's this huge, thick slab of concrete that basically floats on the ground, spreading the building's entire weight out. And finally, for the really big stuff, skyscrapers or buildings on really terrible soil, we use a pile foundation. These are long columns driven deep into the earth to rest on solid rock far below.
So, we've done the research, we've made our decision. But we are not done yet, not by a long shot. Phase 3 is all about the final checks and balances. This is where we face the practical realities that make sure our choice isn't just technically correct, but that it's actually buildable and, most importantly, safe. This is where theory slams into reality. Does the foundation we picked actually fit the budget? Can we even get the materials we need? We also have to account for major environmental risks, like earthquakes or high winds, which might mean we need an even stronger design.
But the most important check of all is the last one. A licensed structural engineer must review and approve every single calculation, every single drawing. They are the final authority on safety, period.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this formula. Choosing a foundation isn't a guess, it's an equation. You take your soil conditions, you add the building's load, and you factor in the site and the budget. The answer you get is a specific foundation designed for that one exact job. It's all a process of careful calculation, not chance.
And listen, this isn't just some best practice, it's the fundamental truth of safe construction. A building is only as strong as the ground it stands on and the foundation that connects the two. Every single engineer will tell you that. So the next time you walk into any building, just take a second to think about the incredible amount of investigation that is hidden right there, right beneath your feet. Every structure you trust, every single bridge you cross, rests on a foundation that wasn't just guessed at, it was calculated. It's a pretty powerful reminder, isn't it, that the most important things in life are often built on a solid, well-planned base. Thanks for tuning in.